kicking off the initial part of our global art contest, which will ask the question, in asking this question, what we're really referring to is all crimes against humanity, not just genocide, but also violence against women, bullying, political genocide, and particularly now, potential wars between nations such as China, Japan, such as the Ukraine and Russia, and all the conflicts that have occurred between Vietnam and China. All of these things have potential for dragging the world, including the United States, into a third world war. So we must be concerned about these things. I originally founded an organization called Project Exodus, which starting 4 years ago worked with children asking the same question, mostly in Germany, Latvia, Rome, Eastern Europe. But now we are extending the question to all artists in the entire world, because the entire world is, of course, involved. Boston Global Forum and Project Exodus have merged in this endeavor, and we are now putting together the rules for requesting this call for art, which will be only photographs and multimedia, and all done on the internet. This is unique in some ways, and will be the first of many competitions. This one hopefully will mature and awards be given at the end of 2014. Also, we're considering doing a Vietnam-only art contest, which is why I'm here, and possibly because 2015 celebrates the 40th anniversary of the end of the American War, and also the 20th anniversary of the opening of relations between the U.S. and Vietnam. In this particular art contest, we will go to children, but again, only internet, which will make it much simpler to judge and to gain access to as many people as possible in the country. I'd like to just spend a few minutes talking about the history of art in terms of using it to communicate ideas, starting from ancient cave walls to propaganda, religious art, advertising today. We have many examples of using images to communicate, which have a universal language. We don't need to be able to speak a particular language to when we use images. So this makes it much easier to go to the world with these questions. Missions of this project is to stimulate discussion among people. It's not to find wonderful art. It's to use the art to stimulate discussion. And by that, I mean that it's not necessarily the 100 people who view art at a gallery. In my opinion, it's the news coverage, particularly the internet news coverage, that spreads the discussion to thousands and thousands of more people. So the reason for our using this venue of a call for art on the internet is that we can get discussion about these, the images that are submitted from the world. And this discussion will lead to more interest, more discovery for people who tend not to want to think about these things. So the mission of our project is to get more awareness of the fact that these things are happening, and they can happen very quickly unless the world knows about them. We are particularly interested in increasing the group of rescuers in the world. You know, every event has a perpetrator, which is rather small, a large pool of victims, a very large pool of bystanders, and a small pool of rescuers. It's the rescuers we would like to attempt to increase the numbers of in the world. As an example of using art to answer a very general question like this, remembering that art can never answer a question. It can only ask a question. So it does make it much more complex and challenging to address a question such as this. As an example, my own work addresses this question with images that are demonstrate good and evil, particularly hidden evil. We will put on the screen a few examples of my artwork which show beautiful tango dances, for instance, that on the surface look very beautiful and attractive, alluring, but if you come close to the image, you see behind many headlines in different languages of atrocities. You don't see that unless you get close to the image. And this is my way of showing that hidden evil is the worst kind of evil, because it's very, very insidious and we don't always see it quickly. This stimulates more discussion about hidden evil. Using images to stimulate discussion is my favorite way of making a statement. It's also a lot less politically offensive because it has several meanings, and one can say things without necessarily making it a point that would be picked up by a government that would be sensitive to these sorts of things. So we are hoping here in Vietnam today and in Boston, at Boston Global Forum, that this art contest will be the beginning of many contests asking very vital questions of the world.